It is finally time to take on the Elite Four. Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Pokemon LeafGreen. Last time, we managed to get back to the road. And I decided to off-screen grind for all of you because, outright speaking, we need to. Let's go in. So, first things first, I want to discuss my team that I've changed up a bit. Our team is upgraded. Back from level 40s, I've raised everyone up to around level 50 at best. Tank is the lowest level. Only because, unfortunately, Snorlaxes take forever to level up. I don't know why that is, but that's just the case in point. I raised everyone to at least level 53 to make things a little bit easier for me, because frankly honest, the strongest Pokemon you're going to encounter here is level 63. The weakest is 52, so yeah, that's why I wanted to do this. I can show the movesets upgrade. Tank has had the most changes out of all of his movesets, because well, he's going to level up, but I got rid of Strength and got rid of Hyper Beam and replaced it with Toxic to make a stall setup for Tank so he can actually do is whittle down the opponent. And I decided to have Metronome just for the sake of funny, because it's a little bit funny to have a Pokemon who's tanky, but can also do a lot of other damaging output as well. So that's why I had Tank do this. Sparky has only changed slightly by getting rid of Shockwave in return, because I've noticed something when I was running up levels. Why the heck is Sparky's physical attack set a little higher than her special attack? Yeah, unfortunately her EV values went all the way to her attack instead of special attack. That's kind of a problem on a Pokemon that's an electric type. Given the fact that it's a mixed attacker, though, it makes sense. Drag has not changed at all after that moves upgraded. I've also already given him Overheat, so really nothing has changed. Anarchy has changed, as I got rid of Brick Break off him, because I, frankly, will explain later. But first, I gave him Rock Tomb as a coverage move, so that way he can actually take care of flying opponents and lower the opponent's speed. It's good coverage as well, and it helps him alongside the fact that flying opponents are really annoying for him. So that's actually pretty good for Anarchy. Glimmer has not changed in the slightest. And George, on the other hand, I moved Strength over to George because it's a bit easier, and I got rid of Karate Chop for Brick Break because it's a bit stronger for George in my opinion. Frankly honest, having multiple Pokemon with Brick Break is not a good thing, so that's why. We still have our medicine items, so we haven't used them, so let's use the rare candies first. As much as I would love to use rare candies on Tank, the problem with that is the fact that Tank is a bit close to a level up, and it feels like a waste if I do that, so instead, I'm going to give the rare candy to Glimmer and level Glimmer up to 52, and then I'm going to use the other rare candy and level up. I think I'm going to level up, actually, Glimmer one more time, because Glimmer needs the level ups for this, because, frankly, Glimmer is going to be doing a lot of work in this next battle in the Elite Four. There's also the Carbos I still have. I still need to use it. I'm going to give this one to Sparky. Won't have any effect. Glitter? Alright, that's actually good. Yes, I guess we're not. Also, I went ahead and grinded up a bunch of other things as well, such as our item setup. As you can see, I've given us 30 full restores, revives, and full heals. Is that overkill? Probably, but I think we're fine for now. Now, I'm going to switch my team around. I'm going to use Sparky in front for now. She needs to do this. So, let's finally go over and go to the Elite Four. But first, let's talk to this guy. Yo, champ in the making. At the Pokemon League, you will face the Elite Four all in a row. If you lose, you have to start all over again. This is it. Go for it. That's right. Elite Four, you start over all the way from the beginning if you fail it. So, you can go all the way back to the beginning. This can be useful for grinding, but I will say outright, not exactly the best thing in the world. So, instead, let's actually continue on and go forward one space to talk to this girl. From here on, you'll face the Elite Four one by one. If you win, a door opens to the next trainer. Good luck. Alright, here we go. Single Plateau, the ultimate goal of trainers. Pokemon League HQ. So, here we go. The first trainer is a different trainer entirely. Let's start off. Welcome to the Pokemon League. I am Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy when they are frozen solid. Are you ready? L'Oreal of the Elite Four. She has 2 full restores on her item slot. She sends out Dewgong, level 52, water ice type, thick fat for the ability, so fire type moves and ice type moves take less damage. Surf, Ice Beam, Hail, Safeguard. Her strategy involved is set up that dang Hail and immediately start using it like no tomorrow, because if that Hail gets off, any non-ice type will take damage. If she had Blizzard and any of her Pokemon, it'd be a bigger worry. Thankfully, though, we critical hitted the Dewgong, so we don't have to worry about that Dewgong entirely. Man, I didn't expect Sparky to do that, girl. So next up is Cloyster. I'm going to keep Sparky in because Cloyster is a Pokemon that's actually easy for Sparky. Level 51, Water Ice type. Shell Armor for the ability. No critical hits allowed. Spike, Dive, Hail, Protect. Yeah, as a setup Pokemon, it's annoying. And if it gets spikes off, it's even more annoying. Thankfully though, for whatever reason, it didn't decide to go for Protect first. I was tempted to use Light Screen, but the problem is setting up those spikes is a very annoying concept, and I really don't want to deal with it. So instead, let's take care of Cloyster very quickly. Sparky's pretty much doing all the work right now. And next one is Slowbro. So normally I would say, yeah, I'm going to just do that outright. However, Slowbro doesn't really have many options when it can do damage to me. So I think I'm better off using Tank for this. Let's give some Tank some time to shine anyway. So, Tank. Next up is Slowbro, level 52. Water Psychic type, Oblivious for the ability. Attract will not work. Ice Beam, Surf, Amnesia, Yawn. So I'm going to use Substitute first in order to make sure I can't take any damage. Because this is actually a very annoying strategy to just keep doing this. It's going to start using Amnesia. Sadly, though, it's using it on a Pokemon that's a physical attacker, so I don't have to worry about that too much. We're going to start using Leftovers and getting our HP back up as well. Very good. Let's use Shadow Ball on it in order to knock it down some damage, because it's going to be hard hitting. While Slowbro is a physical tank, it's not exactly as tanky as you may think. Thanks for the tank's staying on physical attack stats pretty high. Amnesia, if this was Gen 1, I'd be more concerned because it boosts both stats. Yeah, Special was one stat in that game. Not exactly fun in the world. Thankfully, though, Tank is pretty much walling this thing out. It's not doing anything yet. Really, if it tried to use Yawn, it wouldn't do anything, and if it tried to use something else, it wouldn't do anything either. And it can't do that because, guess what? Substitute prevents its activation of Yawn, so yeah, pretty good. I'm going to throw a Toxic on to Slowbro because L'Oreal is going to use the Full Restore and waste her turn. Slowbro's a bit too tanky for me, so I realized I decided to just use Toxic, and it would get away with it. Badly Poison status is worse than the regular Poison status. And frankly, on a Pokemon like Tanky Tank, it's actually really good to have on him. So the Poison will only be generally the same damage as the normal Poison status. However, once it gets another turn, it'll start increasing in damage. So this tanking Pokemon of Slowbro will start going down a lot faster. And it's using Surf, so whatever, I'm a Special Wall, doesn't really matter to me all that much. And yep, it didn't do enough to even remotely knock down my Substitute. And that's actually enough to knock out Slowbro because that's actually easy for her. Easily done for that Pokemon as well. Slowbro is pretty easy to take down, not exactly too bad. Blitzing this Leaf for member. Tank gain experience until level 51. So that's good for Tank, and she's sending out her strongest already. That's a worry. Well, I guess I'll keep Tank in there and just throw a stats condition on this Pokemon because the strongest, Lapras, level 54, Water Ice type, Water Absorb for the ability, so healing from water moves. Holding Citrus Berry, Body Slam, Confuse Ray, Surf, Ice Beam. Yeah, not exactly a fun set. I'm going to throw a Toxic back on the Lapras because that's actually a very annoying strategy on Lapras, and it really helps it a lot. Sadly, she managed to take out the dang Substitute, but I've already fully healed from it, so let's throw Toxic out and make Lapras' day miserable because now it's going to keep taking damage every turn. The strategy is really powerful, and it's honestly one of the most annoying strategies in competitive battling. So I could use the two, but let's have some fun and use Metronome instead, because I know Surf doesn't do that much to me. See? Very easy. Let's see what Metronome does. Psybeam. Oh, that's a unique move. Psybeam also has a chance of confusion. But I didn't really expect much from Psybeam, unfortunately. Thankfully, though, it's not that bad. Plus, Lapras will be taking damage every turn, but while Surf is a good use for a move to get hit by, I can't say I can do anything. There's Confuse Ray. If I had Substitute up, Confuse Ray would fail, but unfortunately, since I didn't have Substitute up, I am now confused and I'm going to take damage every time I hit myself. Okay, let's use Metronome again. I managed not to hit myself, at least. Frenzy! Okay, that is basically Hyper Beam version of Grass-type moves. Yeah, I am not kidding. That's really stupid to get. And the Citrus Berry heals up 1/4 of the HP. I didn't expect that to happen. Downside of Stungy Plant, though, is it's basically Hyper Beam. It needs a turn to recharge, so I can't do anything next turn. Which is kind of sucky on Tank, but Tank must recharge. But that's going to heal. She's going to heal up Lapras with the last full restore she has. And her Assassin is back to normal, and I basically have to wait a turn. And thankfully, though, we are back to square one once again, because I can't really do much. I'm going to throw another Toxic up because Lapras is fun. Yep, that Bioslim's annoying. And I forgot I was confused. And Alright, Toxic doesn't have perfect accuracy. It does until later games where Toxic has a better accuracy rating, but in later games, it was better, but now in older games, it's just... So, I think I'm going to actually go ahead and swap out my Pokemon because I can't do any damage, and frankly, it's not working. And also, I want to cure the confusion, so it really is more annoying than that. And, of course, you use Bison again like a coward. Alright, I'm going to need to use Thunder and see if this actually connects. Yes, I did. So, Thunder hopefully will cause paralysis because there's a 30% chance of causing paralysis. So, no, nothing. And that's great. Great game, thanks. Wanna do it again? No! Okay, your Bison move is very annoying. Please stop that. Okay, not 2 in a row. Thankfully, though, I'm knocking Napris around. Sadly, a dang Toxic didn't stalling long enough. Ugh. Oh, that critical hit. Nice job, Glimmer. You really just want to take Lapras out, didn't you, girl? That girl is down, down, and out. I don't know why I call Glimmer a girl, because Glimmer has no gender. And her last Pokemon, which normally would be her, well, next Pokemon if she decided to use a different one, is the Pokemon known as Jinx, which I did not really give a bio to, so I'm going to have to go back to Cerulean to do that again. But anyway, level 54, Ice Psychic type. Oblivious for the ability. Same ability as Slowbro, so you know what that means. Double Slap, Ice Punch, Level Kiss, Attract. Yeah, not exactly a fun moveset. I'll be perfectly honest with all of you. Attract is the most annoying thing in the game because if you have the chance of actually moving. And Jinx is notoriously annoying enough to actually survive certain hits. However, thankfully though, we managed to take her out because Dragon easily hits like a truck. Thank goodness, because that thing is going well for me. Things shouldn't be this way. And that's it for her, and she gives a lot of money when she's defeated. You're better than I thought. Go on ahead. You only got a taste of the elite. Big one leaves power. Yes. Yes, indeed. L'Oreal is now defeated from that one. So I'm going to go in to heal up a little bit. I'll cut back. Alright, I'm back. So let's actually continue on and go to the next Elite Four member. This one is going to be a big fighter this time because guess what? He is known as I am Bruno of the Elite Four. Through rigorous training, people in Pokemon can become stronger without limit. I live and train with my fighting type Pokemon, and that will never change. Nick, I will grind you down with our superior power. Hoo-ha! Bruno of the Elite Four is definitely a fighter, that's for sure. He has the same thing as L'Oreal, though. Every Elite Four member has 2 full restores. So, for his first Pokemon, he sent out Onix. Yes, I'm not kidding. Level 51, Rock Ground type. Rock Head for the ability, so recoil damage does not happen. Earthquake, Rock Tomb, Iron Tail, Roar. Roar goes last no matter what, though, so thankfully, though, Surf will knock out Onix, because unfortunately, unless it had Sturdy, and this was Gen 4, it would survive the hit. Sadly, though, not Gen 4, so therefore, Onix is pretty much a wasted slot. I'm not kidding. Sadly, though, Onix is not exactly a good Pokemon, and I'll be perfectly honest, Glimmer's going to probably do most of the work for this battle. So, Hitmonchan, level 53, fighting type, Keen-Eye for the ability, so accuracy losses entirely not happening. Sky Uppercut, Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, Counter. If it gets the counter off, it does a physical attack, and only affects it by other physical attacks. So, Glimmer's actually a very good option for this one. Sadly, though, they're not exactly not known for staying special defense. I don't know why that's the case, but every single Hitmon family, for whatever reason, has special blow. And sadly, because it survived the hit, he's going to use that full restore again and actually manage to kill him up. Which is definitely not fun. I wish I lowered his special defense during that because if it did, it would have actually knocked out Hitmonchan very easily. Sadly, though, it's going back to a save boots. Okay, but thankfully, though, the AI does not exactly do 2 full restores on the same Pokemon twice. So that's it for Hitmonchan. Sky Uppercut also can hit Pokemon in flight. I should mention that. That's why if you bring a flying type, you might be in trouble. Next one is Hitmonlee, which is admittedly more annoying than Hitmonchan. Hitmonlee, 53, fighting type, limber for the ability, paralysis does not work, Mega Kick, Foresight, Brick Break, Facade. If it gets Assassination on it, that Facade will do double damage, so it's going to be more annoying than you think. Trust me on this, you do not want this thing to actually get that Facade off. And, oh, we got the Mega Kick off. That's not good. Thankfully, though, Hitmonlee is not exactly hitting hard. I'm surprised he didn't use Full Restore when he's close to HP loss. Alright, that's actually pretty good. And that's it for that Pokemon. Not exactly threatened by the slightest. And the next one is another Onix. Yeah, he has 2 Onix, no matter what. Rock Ground type, level 54. Rocket for the ability. Double Edge, Iron Tail, Earthquake, Sand Tomb. Double Edge is the only time this actually happens, and the fact that it can't take recoil from Double Edge from a 120 attack stat, attack an hour move, is actually pretty scary when you think about it. Thankfully, though, it manages to go down, and we don't have to worry about Onyx that well entirely. Thank goodness, because, man, that'd be annoying. This last and strongest Pokemon is Machamp. Level 56, Fighting type, Guts for the ability, status mission increases the attack stats. Citrus Berry, held at him, and Bulk Up, Cross Chop, Sergey Face, and Rock Tomb. Yeah, not exactly a fun moveset, because if it gets that Bulk Up, it's going to continuously use that to boost its Cross Chop damage. And because it's a fully evolved Pokemon like that, it's using, well, at that point, I would have just used Rock Tomb or Cross Chop, because you know fully well that dang thing does not have that much of an attack stat. Has a high attack stat, but not a special defense stat. And Citrus Berry, while it heals a lot of HP, I don't think it's going to survive another cycle. If it does, though, I am in trouble, because that would be scary. Okay, it doesn't. Oh boy, that's a little too close for comfort. And that's it for that dang Machamp. Yes, Bruno is now defeated. Why? How could I lose? A lot of money for winning against Bruno. My job is done. Go face your next challenge. And he is done and turns away from us. However, I think we're going to stop here for today. Next time on Pokemon Leaf Green, we will be continuing on the Elite Four and challenging the rest of them. See you all next time.